Just tell me what happened. You write this tweet that says that this is the actual truth. People read that tweet.
Yes.
And they say, Elon Musk is an anti-Semite.
Well, first of all, I did clarify almost immediately what I meant. But those clarifications were ignored by the media. Essentially, I handed a loaded gun to those who hate me. I did post on my primary timeline to be absolutely clear that I'm not anti-Semitic. In fact, if anything, I'm philo-Semitic. And the trip to Israel was planned before any of that happened.
But there's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself.
But
go f*** yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
Elon Musk declares war on Media Matters.
Mr. Reagan.
Remember to buy all of my overpriced crap at Teespring or just send me money on Patreon and keep this channel going, chugging along. I mean, not all these videos are great, but occasionally I come out with a gem. All right, let's get into it. Elon Musk is going to war with the radical left attack dog website Media Matters. Musk is filing a lawsuit against Media Matters that he has personally described as thermonuclear. Specifically, Musk tweeted, "The split second court opens on Monday. X Corp will be filing a thermonuclear lawsuit against Media Matters and all those who colluded in this fraudulent attack on our company." Now, he intends to obliterate this organization, and all I can say is wonderful. And let me tell you, this is personal to me. Media Matters has attacked me. They have attacked my friends and just about everybody on the right for years. They are an absolutely despicable, sensationalist, fake news organization that basically hides behind the pretense of integrity and ethics in journalism, whilst in reality, unethically targeting conservative media and attempting to control the information that the American people get. They try to control it so that Americans, of course, only hear what the left wants us to hear. The lawsuit is being filed basically for the same reason that Musk is going to war with the Anti-Defamation League and NewsGuard, both of which I've discussed in previous videos. Media Matters has produced a hit piece about X, the artist formerly known as Twitter, and they've also gone after Elon Musk personally in this article in which they have deceptively characterized both as anti-Semitic. Media Matters produced an article called "As Musk Endorses Anti-Semitic Conspiracy Theory, X has been placing ads for Apple, Bravo, IBM, Oracle, and Xfinity next to pro-Nazi content." In this article, they posted screenshots of ads next to pro-Nazi, pro-Hitler tweets, but it was a deception. It was a con. It was a scam. I'll explain all of this in one moment. First, of course, I have to tell you something. Chances are you've been here before. The chaos in the markets, oil and stocks. Just when you thought it was safe and interest rates are rising, new threats come out of nowhere. Tensions are boiling from Asia to Europe. Things are very volatile right now. You may not have considered gold before, but listen, it is not speculation, it's insurance. And right now, you need some insurance. Noble Gold Investments have been protecting investors from disaster for years with precious metals. So if you're worried, it might be time to take a fresh look at gold and silver. Gold is a proven safe haven shield for your portfolio and a volatility balance against uncertainty. Right now, Noble Gold Investments is offering a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin with its new IRAs this month. If you open your Noble Gold Investments IRA or 401k rollover, you can claim your coin today. Remember, crisis brews, portfolios waver, gold insulates. Secure yourself against these threats. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com right now, noblegoldinvestments.com, the only gold company I trust. So as I said, Media Matters posted this deceptive fraud about X and Elon Musk, and so Elon Musk is hitting them back hard. Michael Schellenberger posted, I think, the most profound denunciation of the Media Matters hit piece. He wrote, "The media say X is placing Apple, IBM, and other ads near pro-Nazi content, but it's not true. We tried various ways to reproduce Media Matters' research and couldn't. The real goal of Media Matters is not to fight anti-Semitism, it's to destroy X as a free speech platform." To which Musk quote tweeted with, "Media Matters is pure evil." I wholeheartedly agree. But of course, the companies that Media Matters targeted with this article, they all fell well for the con, and they pulled ads from X. And so did a bunch of other companies in solidarity with Media Matters against X because, you know, virtue signaling, even if it's delusional. Musk fired back by breaking down the deceptive tactics that Media Matters use in order to artificially push these ads so that they could produce convincing evidence of their deception. Note that in the article Media Matters published, they wrote, "We recently found ads for Apple, Bravo, Oracle, Xfinity, and IBM next to posts that tout Hitler and his Nazi party here on X." And then they posted the screenshots. But here's the thing. They didn't find anything. They fished for this juxtaposition. They presented this as an organic occurrence. Twitter's algorithm for ad placement just naturally did this. No. They had to refresh these tweets over and over and over until they got the result that they wanted. And this is important because Elon Musk and X, they have attempted to steer ads away from certain kinds of content on X. Of course, ads will pop up on, everyone's feed no matter who they are or what kind of X user they follow. So you will occasionally get ads juxtaposed with vile content. But the point is, sure, occasionally ads are going to appear next to revolting tweets. But again, Elon Musk, he wants to minimize that as much as he can, and he has probably been rather effective at this. It's hard for me to say that, one way or another because I'm not a programmer or anything like that. I don't work at Twitter. But Media Matters has intentionally misrepresented the nature of the ad placements on Twitter in order to cast Musk as some kind of vicious racist. This is a clear case of defamation. Elon Musk explained the manipulation of X that Media Matters engaged in the thermonuclear tweet. He explained, "To manipulate the public and advertisers, Media Matters created an alternative account and curated the posts and advertising appearing on the account's timeline to misinform advertisers about the placement of their posts. These contrived experiments could be applied to any platform. Once they curated the feed, they repeatedly refreshed their timelines to find a rare instance of ads serving next to the content that they chose to follow. Our logs indicate that they forced a scenario resulting in 13 times the number of ads served compared to the median ads served to an X user. Of the 5.5 billion ad impressions on X that day, less than 50 total ad impressions were served against all the organic content featured in the Media Matters article. For one brand showcased in the article, one of the ads ran adjacent to a post 2 times, and that ad was seen in a setting by only 2 users, one of which was the author of the Media Matters article. For another brand showcased in the article, 2 of its ads served adjacent to 2 posts 3 times, and that ad was only seen in that setting by 1 user, the author of the Media Matters article." And then Musk reaffirmed his commitment to free speech, which I love. He's basically like, we're not going to stop letting people post whatever they're thinking on the platform. Go F yourself, Media Matters.
Go yourself.
I love that. But so you see here, they were manipulating X. They were manipulating the artist formerly known as Twitter in order to get these juxtapositions so they could get these screenshots so that they can pretend, it's all a con. It's all like this fake thing that they're doing just to try to destroy Elon Musk's social media site because it's free speech and they don't like that because they're leftists. Now, Media Matters president, Angelo, what's his name? Carusone, who cares what his name is? Anyway, he insists that this is totally reasonable reporting, that they're a totally legit organization. He calls himself a press watchdog.
I mean, we reported something that was accurate that they even acknowledged so I really don't understand it. It doesn't really matter how we used it, how many times we hit refresh. If ultimately the ads shouldn't be there in the first place because that's the standard that they're setting, and it shows that they're not doing the very thing they're saying. And that's what the report was designed to illustrate. All
right, you know what? Let me read a few headlines here because this is not the only article about Elon Musk that Media Matters has produced recently. They've got a little sampler platter on their website dedicated to Elon Musk, and these are all basically hit pieces that they've produced. So let's take a look at some of these headlines so you can determine for yourself whether or not these are unbiased. So this headline reads, "Far-right figures and white nationalists celebrate Elon Musk's anti-Semitic post. What we were saying in Charlottesville." Another headline reads, "Elon Musk lights his tiki torch." I don't know why leftists all talk like that. It's a thing. I don't know. The next headline reads, "Pro-Hitler and Holocaust denier account says X paid me $3,000 in ad revenue sharing." Next headline says, "Elon Musk praises anti-Semitic replacement theory that motivated mass shooting as the actual truth." Now, does this sound like an unbiased news accountability website? It doesn't sound very unbiased to me. In fact, it sounds extremely biased. And that last one about Musk praising the anti-Semitic replacement theory, that thing by replying the actual truth. Okay, look, he replied the actual truth to a tweet, but that tweet has absolutely nothing to do with any anti-Semitic replacement theory that motivated any mass shooting. Media Matters is just making stuff up here. And, I actually remember when Musk responded to that tweet, and I remember at the time recognizing that he wasn't talking about Jewish people generally, but about a very specific group of Jewish people, specifically the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. I went back and I looked, and there was a follow-up that's conveniently left out when people report about this.
You write this tweet that says that this is the actual truth. People read that tweet.
Yes.
And they say, Elon Musk is an anti-Semite.
I did clarify almost immediately what I meant, but those clarifications were ignored by the media.
You see, this was at the height of Musk's conflict with the ADL earlier this month, and he was specifically referring to the ADL, which masquerades as a Jewish organization. So Musk clarified his response by writing the following: the ADL unjustly attacks the majority of the West, despite the majority of the West supporting the Jewish people and Israel. This is because they cannot, by their own tenets, criticize the minority groups who are their primary threat. It's not right, and it needs to stop. So this is what Elon Musk wrote. This is his follow-up. And so you see, when Elon Musk was responding to this tweet, he was interpreting it as directly targeting the ADL. And I personally, a lot of my friends in college were Jewish. I lived in New York for a year. I lived in Hollywood for the past 12 years. I know tons of Jewish people. Let me tell you, most Jews in America are atheists. They're not really Jewish. Maybe some of them consider themselves culturally Jewish. They do Hanukkah and they eat challah bread and all that, but they don't believe in the Jewish God or anything like that. And yeah, for some reason, there is this trend among culturally Jewish atheists to vote Democrat, to support Palestine, to advocate for mass immigration here in America, mass immigration of Muslims. And some of these Muslims absolutely hate Jews. I mean, hating Jewish people is a cultural phenomenon that is common in many Islamic countries. But still, they want mass immigration of Muslims. I mean, it's just irrational. It doesn't make any sense. And, Elon Musk's pointing that out. Other people on Twitter are pointing that out. It's not anti-Semitic to point this stuff out. All right. This is not an anti-Semitic take. This is an accurate perception of the seemingly irrational political alignment and activities of some culturally Jewish atheists in America. Honestly, it's weird to me that Jews in America, who you would think would support Israel, actually support Palestine and the mass immigration of a cultural group, much of which hates them. It's weird, but this is totally accurate. And so what? We're supposed to pretend that this is not a thing? I'm sorry, we're not Democrats. We don't pretend that being fat is healthy and cutting your junk off magically makes you a woman. So clearly these people, the Media Matters folks, they hate Elon Musk. But why? Why go after Elon Musk of all people? I think John Daniel Davidson said it best with this tweet. He wrote, "There's only one reason Media Matters went after Elon Musk and X. The left does not control this platform, and they know that winning in 2024 will be much harder, maybe impossible, if they cannot throttle free speech and free press here like they did in 2020. Absolutely right, John Daniel Davidson. So true. And then he posted a link to his brilliant article in the Federalist. I highly recommend reading it. And you know what? I actually love that Media Matters did this. I love it. Because now Elon Musk can sue Media Matters to Mars and back, and he's even got the rockets to do it. Seriously though, these groups, Media Matters, the ADL NewsGuard, and the Global Disinformation Index, they've all gotten away with this, they're like slanderous defamation for years, unchecked. And now finally, they've gone after the wrong target. This is a man with the integrity and the resources to hit them back and hit them hard, to obliterate them. And they must be obliterated. And Elon Musk is not just going to go after them in civil court. Now the Texas Attorney General is getting involved, investigating the company for fraud. On X, Elon Musk wrote, "Fraud has both civil and criminal penalties." And then Elon Musk posted a press release from the Attorney General's office that reads, "The Office of the Attorney General, OAG, is opening an investigation into Media Matters for potential fraud activity under the Texas Business Organizations Code and the Deceptive Trade Practices Act. The OAG will vigorously enforce against nonprofits who commit fraudulent acts in or affecting the state of Texas." Attorney General Paxton was extremely troubled by the allegations that Media Matters, a radical anti-free speech organization, fraudulently manipulated data on X.com, formerly known as Twitter. "We're examining the issue closely to ensure that the public has not been deceived by this scheme of radical left-wing organizations who would like nothing more than to limit freedom by reducing participation in the public square," said Attorney General Paxton. It's phenomenal. I love it. The sad thing is that even Fox News has reported about this as if Elon Musk is an anti-Semite.
Elon Elon Musk's embrace of an anti-Semitic tweet has triggered a backlash among top corporate advertisers, and now the owner of X has found someone to blame. Musk filed suit yesterday against Media Matters, which often targets Fox News, accusing the liberal advocacy group of an intentionally deceptive report in an effort to drive advertisers from the platform and destroy X Corp, formerly Twitter. Media Matters chief Angela Caruso says the lawsuit is frivolous and Musk is a bully.
He actually confirmed that our reporting was accurate. The platform is so saturated with extremism, with white genocide, with anti-Semitism, with racism, with conspiracy theories, things that otherwise should be managed.
The uproar began when Musk agreed with a random person who tweeted that Jewish communities are pushing hatred of white people. Musk's response, "You've said the actual truth." While Musk partially backtracked, saying, he didn't mean all Jewish communities, he renewed his criticism of alleged anti-white racism by the Anti-Defamation League, which he's also threatened to sue.
It's incredibly problematic.
But yeah, I think that we all know that Fox is lost at this point. I only watch Maria Bartiromo and Kudlow at this point. I think Fox Business, it still has some good guys, but really everybody should just be listening to Gorka, watching Newsmax, and, The Blaze. Fox is dead. The irony is that Media Matters goes after Fox all the time. They've gone after the late, great Rush Limbaugh. They've gone after Tucker. They've gone after Glenn Beck. If there's somebody that you like in the conservative news media, they've probably tried to destroy them. Hopefully, Elon Musk is successful in his lawsuit. The criminal fraud investigation proves fruitful, and we can get rid of the cancer that is Media Matters once and for all. And hopefully, the ADL and NewsGuard and the Global Disinformation Index go next. Just knock them down, Elon, one diseased institution at a time. I am so glad that Elon Musk is on our side. Imagine if he flipped. God help us. Remember to buy all my overly priced stuff on Teespring, and if you just want to throw money at me, I'll be posting these videos on my Patreon once again because YouTube isn't really paying me that much anymore, so there's that. Well, that's it for me, and remember, it's not that our gullible leftist friends are ignorant, it's just they know so much. That is not so. Good night.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. And this idea that government is beholden to the people, that it has no other source of power except the sovereign people, is still the newest and the most unique idea in all the long history of man's relation to man.